Welcome to 843 TV. I'm your host, Carrie Manning from Heritage Dental Spa and Salon.
And I'm Will Wareham with WHHI-TV. We're coming to you today from the Hilton Head Island Bluffton Chamber of Commerce, which brings us to our first guest, Ms. Charlie Clark, who's the Vice President of Communications for the Chamber.
And our second guest is Ms. Mona Huff. She is the Director of the Hilton Head International Piano Competition. So we have a lot of information coming up. It's going to be a really busy couple of months, so make sure that you come back and join us for more 843 TV.
Where communities come to speak.
(843 TV), where Bluffton comes to speak.
Where Spring Island comes to speak.
Where Hilton Head Island comes to speak.
Where Beaufort comes to speak.
(843 TV),
where communities come to speak.
Welcome to 843 TV. We're here today with Ms. Charlie Clark. She is the Vice President of Communications for the Hilton Head Bluffton Chamber of Commerce. Thanks for being with us again. How are you?
Good. Ready to take on 2017.
Well, a lot of people are glad to get 2016 out of the way.
I think they are.
But with that being said, it was a big year for tourism.
It was, you know what? It was an interesting year for tourism, as we all know. I mean, we have so many questions. People have called, and we're big number crunchers, as you know. We like to crunch the numbers, and in terms of the impact that Matthew had or didn't have on tourism, what does that mean? You know, we all live and die by tourism. It's the number one industry for us. So we were pleased to see at the end of the year, while obviously we missed a couple of weeks there with Matthew coming through, we expect to be our numbers. We had 2.6 million visitors last year. We expect those numbers this year to be there or higher, even with that. We also know not only are tourists still coming, they're still spending, which is what we really like to see.
Well, I know, like reading the blogs and the news feeds and all that sort of thing, a lot of out-of-towners were getting on a couple of the Facebook pages and groups that were set up and saying, what should we do?
Right.
You know, we want to come, should we come? And everybody's like, yes, please, come on down. And just that feedback was wonderful to say, like, oh, our island's changed a little bit, but everybody's hanging in there, you know. And it felt like everybody was still keeping their plans to come. So.
People were saying, we saw that in November in particular. The next month was up considerably from the prior year.
Is that right?
Yeah, definitely. You know, people forget there were groups. You know, there were groups and corporate groups coming into the destination that had already booked.
Right.
They're still coming.
Right.
So I think it was one of our hotels actually hosted a group the weekend after the storm.
Oh, wow.
But it worked. You know what I mean? This is everyone here. That's what I love about Hilton Head Island and the Low Country. We just all pull up our bootstraps and let's go. I mean, it's been a tremendous effort, as we've all seen, to get this place cleaned up and to have Concours happening just so quickly.
What was that, 2 weeks?
And we have found throughout that, you know, people, there is quite frankly, around America, people, it gets in a news cycle, then it's out of a news cycle, and people forget very quickly. And obviously the island shows so well, and it's looking so good right now. So visitors are still coming, they're good, and we're excited about what's coming in 2017 with that.
That's what I said. I was very proud to live here whenever we all came back, and everybody just pitched in and helped regardless, you know, any which way they could, everybody pitched in, and I thought that was true character of how our community is. I mean, everybody's willing to help and get everybody back on their feet.
Definitely. And you know, we track national media. We definitely were watching closely to see. And for us, with the storm hitting at night, not a real great visual on the Weather Channel at night. You know?
That was scary to watch.
So we really did sort of, the media attention while we tracked it, it wasn't as great as it could have been. And so we were very blessed that so much of the world doesn't really understand geographically where we are, and maybe that's okay for this time around. You know? Maybe that works in our favor.
Maybe that would have worked to our favor this time.
Yeah, definitely.
I wonder, Charlie, does that speak to maybe the loyalty of some of the tourists who come down here on like an annual basis, or this is their place to come, right?
We have literally one of the highest repeat rates in travel. There are destinations, about 70% of people who come to the Low Country, they come back to the Low Country, which you know, that speaks volumes in and of itself. Yeah. And other destinations would kill to have those kinds of numbers. So it's definitely it's sort of it's the comfort food of destinations. You know, people love coming back here with their families, generation after generation. And you know what we do see though? We see new visitors. You know, we see. We're always looking to attract millennials and keep filling the pipeline of travelers, and that's a very different traveler.
Yes,
they're
it is.
interested in a very different experience, and so we've kind of crafted and recrafted some experiences for them, changed some things that on the island we all take for granted, whether it's the Gullah Tour or Mitchellville. We're doing a lot of those things in a more immersive way now
Right.
to kind of attract that visitor and see what they want to see here on Hilton Head Island.
Yeah, and how you engage them is a totally different process.
It's a totally different process, and that's, again, you got to fish where the fish are.
That's right.
And you got to use the bait and the hooks they're using,
Yes.
which is social media.
Absolutely.
Well, and that's
Far
what
away.
I say. Ironically, I think social media is a great way to get to them, but they come here and unplug.
Yeah, it's so interesting. So many people don't unplug. There was recently a survey done of millennials and how they travel. And a huge percentage of millennials said, I work to travel.
Right.
I work so I can have the money to travel. You know, there's a kind of a less is more right now going on. And I don't know if you've read those articles talking about how, you know, mothers and grandmothers are having a difficult time unloading their china and their dining room tables that they expected to pass down because today's millennials, they don't want it.
Right.
They want less
The
stuff,
experience,
more
not the
experience.
stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, and one of the experiences that these people are traveling for is food.
Right.
We got you covered on that.
We got you covered. We got you covered.
And there's a special week of the year coming up here really soon, and it's the Chamber Restaurant Week. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
We are so excited. This is everybody's favorite time of year
Yeah.
to eat on the island. It's the 9th year we've done Chamber Restaurant Week. You know, we modeled it after restaurant weeks in Los Angeles and New York. They're happening in a lot of different places.
Yeah.
Last year we had over 70 restaurants involved.
Wow.
Yeah, and so you can go on to chamberrestaurantweek.com, check out all the restaurants that are involved, all the menus that are there. This year we're partnering with Open Table too. You know, a lot of people make those reservations through Open Table.
Oh, I
So yeah, right. So you can do that as well through Restaurant Week. But what a great week to try! And we have so many great new restaurants.
No, absolutely. And when is it?
It's going to be January 21st. Is it 21st or the 28th
Okay.
that week? So it's a Saturday to Saturday. And we purposely made it that way. We wanted people to be able to experience a weekend and then maybe another weekend. But
Right.
we know people literally line up their reservations all through the week for Restaurant Week. It's pretty great.
And the restaurants play ball by putting out maybe some special menus
Oh,
and stuff
definitely.
like that, right?
Prefix menus specifically for Restaurant Week. I know in the past years, some restaurants have done 3-course meals for, say, for example, for $20.17.
Right, okay.
For 2017. And it's also a great place if you want to try one of those, maybe upscale that's really pricey
Right.
for a couple or, you know, a foursome to dine out. Great way to experience those at a lesser cost, too. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Charlie, can you stick around for another
Absolutely,
segment?
yes, absolutely.
And please stick around for another segment with Charlie Clark on 843 TV.